Ramesh steps out onto the streets and starts walking very matter-of-factly towards the gates that have been the source of his ire for many a days now, and clears his throat, and then in a very loud yet whole sounding voice that's just lovely to hear, Ramesh starts to sing one of the bawdiest bar songs that he has ever heard. And keep in mind, he's been in the company of like people in the military and stuff like that, so he's heard some pretty bawdy ones. And as he walks down the street singing the classic song, "The asses on the lasses are none to passes." Sorry.
So good. So good.
Yeah, none to passes.
Right.
People start coming out of the out of houses and taverns and things like that. Oh god, I just dropped my mic. And then I dropped my mic because it was so intense. So people start coming out of taverns and stuff and joining him in song, almost as if like there was an opening musical number about to happen. And the people joining him start to throw off their robes and reveal that they are soldiers in full garb ready to fight. And their voices join together as one mighty group, still singing the bawdiest song, ready to take on the world. Hi.
And on that note, welcome to Crumbling Keep Presents Tales from the Tower, our very last episode of Conan the Thief.
No.
There's a lot of feelings about this. Many feelings.
It's been a time.
It has. It certainly has. And tonight will be no different. I am James, your intrepid GM.
My name is Emily. I'm going to be playing the relic hunter Ulrika Tervingi for the last time.
My name is Frank. I'll be playing the scarred assassin Criven for the last time. Woohoo!
My name is Justin, and I will be playing Ramesh the Fence for one final run.
And Calamir will be with us shortly. He's a little tied up at the moment, perhaps literally. So welcome to the last episode, where we are finally going after Ur Quat. Anyone want to talk about that?
It's our last big score.
This is it. It's all or nothing for the Thousand Hands.
Yeah. I mean, this is both business and personal. We want to make sure that we still have our hands in all the appropriate pots in Shadizar, but also we're like, damn it, man, there are rules, there are codes, and Ur Quat is just shaking things up, and not in a good way. So, we're ready to see this guy go down.
Yeah.
So for anyone that hasn't been paying attention, who is this Ur Quat?
He's bad news.
The worst.
He's the absolute worst.
Just rude.
He a million billion years ago, it seems, came in contact with the Staff of Wonder, and that gave him all sorts of weird supernatural powers and stuff. And eventually he used it to build up this cult that was being used to retake our beloved city of Shadizar. And through some underhanded dealings, much like you would expect in a game about thieves, he's managed to kind of shake up the whole city around us and try to make us crumble from the inside. We're pissed. I don't know. Did I miss anything? Oh, he's a clone?
Potentially.
Yeah.
He's a clone, and
Yep.
What do you know
There's
about that
another
cloning
clone.
action there?
Yeah, some people have been cloned. Other people have just been promised a lot of, like, wealth and glory in the next life. And,
Master Wah, man. Master
Yeah.
Wa.
Ur Quat is making a final bid to take over the city and reclaim it as a not city of thieves.
He's something of a religious fanatic,
City
trying
of
to
the
take down all the
gods.
thieves and rebuild all the temples.
Yeah. Which, as former people that were on top of the city running everything, we can't abide that.
I
So-
mean, this is, this is Shadizar.
Mhm.
And what's more, we're in Zamora, and nobody, everybody who's got 2 brain cells to rub together knows that Zamora is the province of thieves.
Yeah.
So, buddy, you're just gonna have to give it up. Give up your quest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm sure we're all rearing to go, but before we get seriously underway, let's just take a moment, and I want everyone to think about their either favorite or most memorable moment in this campaign. And this is what episode. I haven't marked as 8, and that's totally correct. But yeah, I believe this is episode 12.
Yeah, I think we're on 12.
So in these past 11 episodes, what really sticks with you? What really affected your character?
That's a tough one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start it off for what it's worth,
Okay.
and hopefully I'm not stepping on anyone's toes here. But
This is good. We get to hear
Yeah.
what the DM is like. This is my most memorable moment.
I mean,
I loved all the parts I made up.
there's
It was so good.
there are a few, but I think I keep going back to the time you were in the Thousand Hands, well, what used to be their headquarters, when you were all going to celebrate and unveil the little statuette, and that big writhing mass of flesh gathered in the front of the room. When Criven was zonked out, kind of it was falling prey to the traitorous whispers of sorcery, and was walking unbeknownst to him into a just flaming inferno. That was great. That was really nice. Frank created some great imagery. Emily, you did wonders trying to save him from himself, until you just did you end up tackling him, or what happened?
Yeah, I sure did. I
Right.
ended up tackling him to the ground. And it's
With
funny because, James, that was, in fact, one of the moments that I was thinking of as well. The same moment where Ulrika is watching her compatriot just, slowly get drawn to the flame. And it's how can I get through to this guy? That he's under a nefarious spell.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'd say it was definitely the moment that affected my character the most, too.
You made it.
You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't walk into the fire.
He even spent a
It's true, I did spend a fortune point. I would say also, one of the moments that just stands out as fun to me was when we were sneaking into the slave pens through a secret entrance in the garden, and we came across a woman from the cult leading a drugged up, in a daze, either, who knows, victim or lover or whatever it was.
It can be both.
It can be both, exactly. And Calamir gets out the garrote pulls her back, and then Ulrika dons her white robe to continue leading this guy through the secret entrance, both so that he wouldn't raise the alarm and also so that we could use him as a distraction later.
And it worked out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
You sent him
Was
to
that
get
the
his
one where
ass
I
kicked.
put on the big show to get us chosen?
No, that was
That was a different
Oh,
location.
yeah.
That we also left on fire.
Oh, that was good. I forgot about the big show. That was great.
Yeah,
Tell me about this
that was
one.
a really
I
good
think that's
Maybe
the
that
one
was
you were out
one
of town
that I
for.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
Or
put
go
on
ahead.
a big like chosen by her speech, and like the staff and its radiance that it would bring us into the next life, and just gave this like street sermon heretic speech. That like in the speech being like only those with the fervor would join, like pointed directly at people that needed to be chosen so that we could get in, and everyone got kind of caught up in the moment. They were like, this guy knows. So
Yeah, no, like all these like priests came and were like kind of just like carting around, and all these peasants were like, they started like speaking tongues and freaking out and stuff, and Ramesh just like dove right into it and just like stole the show, and he cut his hand and wiped blood on a bunch of people's faces and was like, you are chosen and you are chosen.
yeah.
And like it was just like this frenzy, man. Like it was pretty amazing.
Awesome.
I
it
channeled
was-
an inner televangelist.
Yeah, that was a moment.
That the moment that we with the two guards, I feel bad because this was another non-Ulrika moment, and not to say that the moments with Ulrika weren't memorable and wonderful as well, but the moment with the two guards when we tried to convince one to go on the break, the first garroting, I guess would
The
be
first garrote of the week.
the first garrote.
Yeah.
I think is a really memorable time for me too, because that was like a moment of sheer like us trying to be awesome at what we do, and then completely just like flubbing and like still coming out on top. And I just thought it was like one of those like really dark comedy moments with a lot of blood and stuff.
Mhm.
Like it was just good.
Yeah, that
We even got the guy to successfully leave, and then Brad just garroted him anyway. Like,
Yeah.
convinced him he got his promotion. And then,
he's like walking
it all
home to
away,
take a
man.
long weekend or whatever, and then
Yeah.
Brad came up behind him.
See, that's funny because I was assuming like you failed your persuasion roll, and so you had to resort to the garrote. But no, you just
No,
like
Like it was a hard one.
we were sitting there,
persuasion,
and
I
like
remember.
the guy had like walked away and was like, "Awesome, I'm getting promoted," and we were like, "Huh, we handled that pretty all right. Like we made it out on top of that." And then Brad was just like, "I get out my garrote," and we were both just like, "What are you doing? Like why is
Why,
this
man?
happening?" And he was
It's
like,
just
"I want to
overkill.
garrote somebody," and then it just like it went from there, and all of a sudden we're like stabbing the other guard's sword into the other guard and like trying to make it look like they killed each other and stuff and panicking, and it was
Yeah, Ramesh
was
really
good.
handled the sword well at that point.
I did not. Yeah.
honestly, one of my favorites was actually the first session
Yeah,
when we hijacked that caravan, and Ramesh had us push the boulders down to trap like half the dudes in, and then we jumped down and pretty much totally wasted everyone, and then got the idol out of that dude's stomach.
Oh yeah.
that was something.
I remember. I like that one.
That
I
was.
feel like we were already working together really well in that one. I don't know. It was good.
yeah, it was a good time.
very Conan-esque.
A
that
good
one was.
solid start. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Let's
3
not
months
forget-
ago at this point.
I know, yeah. Plus, that was our introduction to the creepiest and yet strangely most effective NPC, Varesh.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra
Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander, exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Gort.
Gort
And
was there too.
Gort. Who can
Gort.
forget Gort?
Gort.
Well,
Who knows? Will we see Gort tonight?
We know one of them is dead.
Hashtag Gort lives.
Yeah,
Gort
I
lives.
can dream.
I'm calling it right now. I feel like in the Conan world, deaths are the same rules as they are in Game of Thrones. Whereas if you don't see it happen, you can never be 100% sure that they're dead.
You have a good point there.
Yeah. Gort lives 2K18.
I mean, if that's true,
Hashtag.
well, I guess you saw Varesh die. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we saw him get crushed beneath the flaming rubble of a building and simultaneously sucked into becoming part of a giant eldritch flesh blob.
Yes, let us not forget the giant eldritch flesh blob.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed that session. That's every time you guys talk about it, I'm like, Jesus, that sounds intense.
Oh, yeah,
It was, man.
It was something.
I totally almost died. It was scary.
Yeah, it was a lot.
After the party.
Mm-hmm.
Is the after
Came
party.
out of that one with 3 wounds, I think. I was effed up, man.
Yeah, there's definitely some carousing time spent on lying down and not dying. Ah, yes. The good old days.
That flesh blob.
Alright. Yeah, that flesh blob did almost take out everyone, Aaron. And ended up taking out the building. And, well, yeah. Took out everyone except for the folks that are playing right now, as well as Calamir and Gort. And no one knows where Gort is.
Yeah,
last time
and
we
the
saw
other
Gort, it was Gort, go outside and create a distraction while we escape.
And he did.
And he did. Bless his heart, he created a distraction. But, is he alive? Remains to be seen.
Maybe we'll find out tonight. Or maybe Gort will always remain a legend. So much so that we always wonder, did he ever truly exist? Or was Gort inside of us all along?
The real adventure was the Gort we met along the way? What? I mean...
So on that note, let's play some Conan.
Okay.
Conan.
Okay,
Conan.
so
Adventurer.
Ramesh is joined by... how many guards, or how many soldiers did we say you brought through? I want to say it was something like 30, or...
30.
Okay,
30.
And then we got a bunch of mercenaries during our carousing stage as well.
Yes. However, the vast majority of the troops are located outside of the walls right now.
Yeah.
So you got 30
It's
in there
cool.
with you. You have if I remember correctly, it is the mercenaries are going to enter from the west gate.
I think so, yeah.
And your army is going to enter from the south gate. So,
Yeah.
Ulrika has promised you all that the west gate shouldn't be a problem. As you...
I believe her.
Time will tell. They were happy to take my money when I came around looking for the most unscrupulous of the city watchmen. Time will tell if he actually follows through, but at the same time, I feel like I got a good read on the folks at the West Gate, and they seem like they're likely to crack under the pressure.
I trust your judgment, Orca.
So, you're all walking now, singing through the streets.
Yep.
To the south gate. Where at first you were somewhat of a spectacle, peasant and thief alike came out to watch to see what the big hubbub was about, and there's even some that are kind of happy about it. The city's been under siege for a while now. No one in, no one out, and it was nice to hear some music. However, as with all good things, that was not to last, as the robes and disguises came off until soon you were looking at a literal small army
Yeah.
marching through the streets. It's not too long before you're almost at that south gate, and you hear, far from the west, shouts, and you see smoke rising. And it's the unmistakable sight of battle.
Ooh.
But then as you reach the south gate, the battle is going to come to you. So yeah, you approach the gate. It is appropriately guarded. There are some archers up above. There are some guards standing before the gate. And we're all on the same map now, yeah?
Yes. If it looks like we're surrounded by a bunch of people, yes.
That sounds about right. So,
Okay.
the story with this is that as the computer slowly moves, that door that I just circle clicked on there,
That door?
yeah, and there's one across from it too. Those doors will lead into a zone that is not shown on the map. And then across from that zone will be either of the trap doors that are up top, right?
Okay.
Okay, so like that door to up top is 2 zones.
Yeah, basically.
This door to here. To here is 2 zones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm having a few technical difficulties, friends.
Tis okay.
It's just a little bit of choppiness. So, as you approach the gate, members of the town guard rush forward to meet you, realizing they are all that stand between Shadizar and an invading army. Members of the group that are with you take up the battle, and soon you're just all lost in a surge of humanity, whirling around, swords flashing everywhere. It becomes quite the mess. Seeing a break, the 4 of you manage to cut through the crowd and find yourselves facing down the last of the guards by the gate. Alright. Go for it, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
I'll give him a join us or die ultimatum. Nice threat right off the bat, if you guys would like. See what I can affect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
This game is about action, right? Let's make action. Okay. So I'm gonna use my new power that I've picked up
Ooh.
for this final session, and it's called Heat My Words.
Ooh.
And it's display that does 4 mental damage, and it's an area effect, so I don't have to worry about like whether or not it hits people, whether or not it affects groups or anything like that, because it just affects everybody in my zone.
Okay, so that
Nice.
is going to
Yeah.
target.
So yeah, I'm going to make a command check, and I am literally with my big stern big boy voice say stand down or die, and just point and stare menacingly, like unwavering at the group. Like I don't even care that it's a full group I'm facing down. Because I don't.
Oof.
All right, that is 5 successes. So I
Ow.
will. Yep. All right. So it's got the area effect. It's got the stun effect on it as well, and they are going to take 7 points of damage. I'm going to spend one more of that on making it piercing, and I'll add 1 momentum to the pool for everybody with all my leftovers.
All right, so that sounds like 7, 1 piercing, huh?
Pierce 2.
Right. Okay. Whoa.
Yep.
Ouch.
And stun, and it affects everybody in that area.
Wow. So this group of 5 stands before you as the Thousand Hands stop their march, and you stroll calmly up. The arrows, or the archers above, with arrows knocked, and everyone just stops and waits and watches to see what the demon Ramesh does.
Demon King.
Demon King Ramesh. And those words come out of your mouth. And the fighters by the guard look at you, and they look at each other, and one of them toward the back you can see visibly actually shaking. He stumbles backwards a few steps, his sword hardly in his hand. And the one in front says to you, as he levels his gaze at your face, "You promise our safety?"
You can walk away right now.
In the upper left-hand corner there, there is a tougher-looking brute of a man who, upon hearing this, yells down, "If you leave, I'll kill you myself!" And they all look at each other again, unsure for a moment of what to do. I am going to spend a doom, because there's no time like the present. So
Yeah, right off the bat, Doom, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, better now than later, right?
I'm into it.
As one of the archers gets a itchy trigger finger and is going to shoot an arrow at you.
Okay.
You can attempt to dodge for the cost of a doom if you would like.
Can I parry it?
No, it has to be
I can only
acrobatics
dodge.
for, arrows.
Man, nah, just go ahead, hit me.
Okay. Okay, that's actually going to be 3 successes, so I am going to take 2 doom for that. They never roll that well. Hey, Criven, what damage does your bow do?
Mine is 5.
Anything special about it I should know?
It has piercing 1.
Okay. Excellent, thank you.
It doesn't touch Ramesh.
Oh, crap, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does have 1 piercing, 3 damage, 1 piercing to your right arm.
Okay. I have 2 soak on that arm.
Cool, so you're going to negate 1 then, since I had 1 piercing,
Okay.
and just take 2 to your vigor.
Cool.
And
I don't even flinch.
And the soldiers see that like, it's like you don't even notice. And you hear the clanging of swords as they drop theirs and begin to run past you, as there's like nowhere else to go.
Cool.
All right, next player.
Criven is gonna step right out in front of Ramesh here. Oh dang, they all ran.
Oh yeah, he got them all.
They're like, well, see ya.
That's enough of that.
Yep.
Cruden's gonna drop down to one knee and fire a shot at this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna say because of angles, it's gonna take you 2 successes to do it.
Because, like, the upward angle.
Yeah.
Mm.
He drops to one knee and does his usual little twirl of the arrow. Locks it right under the string. And lets it rip. Oops. I should have rolled one more dice. Want that momentum. Aha!
Nice.
4 successes.
So that's gonna be 2 extra.
That would be... Reroll my zeros. Which is my talent. Oh, dang.
Nice.
It's going to be 9 4 piercing, and I'll spend one of the momentum I got to make it 10 4 piercing.
Oh.
You hear a thud
Right.
as the arrow hits the wooden wall behind him, having gone completely through the archer. You don't see them
Okay.
anymore as they slump against the little wall. Dead, obviously, in case that wasn't apparent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, who's doing it next?
Yeah, so Ulrika, are any of the folks who are still left ones that I recognize from, like, my reconnaissance and bribing and whatnot?
You don't recognize any of them from that. However, the noises you have heard to the west did not last long. It is strangely silent in that direction. The noises lasted
All right.
maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, so Ulrika shouts up at, she is gonna shout up at this kind of burly, commander type dude and say, "You've served your city well, but your time of service is at an end. Listen to the west. Your companions have already surrendered, and our army is on its way to take this city and slaughter your troops. Surrender now, and you can join the Thousand Hands."
Alright. What are you rolling for that?
I'm rolling a, persuade, like a threaten attack.
So you are making like a display, like a Steely Glare type attack with it, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And I am gonna use a momentum on it. We have a momentum, yeah?
Yeah, we have 2.
I'm
We
gonna
have 2.
spend one of those Doom to give him a discipline roll.
Okay.
You would.
You would.
Wood and aim. Ooh, that's not great. I have
All right.
0 successes.
I think you
Okay.
gotta move up a little bit, Ulrika.
Oh, yeah, to be in a closer zone to him.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. You might need to be in the same zone for that, huh?
Not to be like, oh, you forgot to give us homework, Mr. Crane, but you might have to be a little closer.
I forgot to give us homework, Mr. Crane.
You forgot to give us homework.
At least in that zone, yeah.
In that zone, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the 2 successes, I'll take the 1 as momentum, And reroll the 0.
Dang.
Right? So it's gonna be, I'll spend one of the momentum. I'll just spend it on piercing. So it's 5 damage, 2 piercing with stun.
5 damage, 2 piercing with stun, you say, eh?
I say.
Okay. I am going to spend a doom to avoid that stun condition. You're threatening, but he's seen worse. Alright, so the archers are, well, 2 of the archers that haven't shot arrows. Oh, did Calamir run up from behind?
I think he did.
I believe it's Calamir's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Calamir, where were you?
I need to make sure one of the informants was taken care of
Yeah, I bet you took care
before
of it. Alright.
the city erupted.
Yeah.
Runs up, tucking his shirt back in.
Is that
Wiping all the
informant named
lipstick off your neck.
Vereen?
Yeah.
You don't tuck things into a loincloth, bro.
You don't.
Except,
I mean, I
except
think
you
that's the one and only purpose of loincloths, to tuck things into them.
it's more of a wrap, right? It's like anyway.
So, just a quick catch up.
These are all archers.
This door goes into another zone of which you can't see and comes out at any of the trapdoors.
All right, well, Calamir is going to barrel his way into try to break this door down.
Okay, yeah, it is definitely locked.
Does it look like I would be better off putting my shoulder into it, or using my axe to chop away at the lock? Is it a solid door?
It is a solid door, yeah. It's meant to withstand some
Okay.
punishment. So yeah, probably the axe, I imagine.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the axe against the locking mechanism. What kind of roll should I make?
Melee.
Okay.
It's gonna have some soak.
And okay, well, that should be fine. I can do extra wounds to it. All right. We will roll some stuff like melee. Any momentum, guys?
We have 1 momentum right now.
Mm-mm.
Welcome to use it to get that door open, though. That seems important.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Get the ball rolling on there.
Yeah.
4 dice. We get 2 per momentum.
Nice.
I look
Ooh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
no. Oh,
Whoa.
Oh, can you re-roll any of those?
I'm looking. I don't think I can.
Whoa.
I can only roll damage.
What are the odds?
Oh, fuck. The door's a mimic.
A 1 and 2 20s.
Oh, I'm taking
The door
doom.
eats your axe.
I'm gonna store that doom up for later.
Alright, well that's
Say 2 doom.
4 successes though. 4 successes?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that gives me
you just need the 1 to hit, so it's all about
momentum.
what damage you do.
Okay, I'm going to... I'm sorry, I'm looking away from the mic when I'm speaking. I'm going to spend 1 momentum to add Vicious 1 to the already vicious one.
Huh?
And I'll use the other two to inflict an additional wound, which I imagine applies to material objects as well, right?
I'm not sure of the exact rules, but yeah, that's what we're doing here, at least.
Okay. Alright. Let's get this damage.
I'm so curious to see what the damage is.
I know, me too.
This door's about to explode, man.
Okay. Oh, man. So that's 3 zeros I'm gonna re-roll.
Good God.
Nice.
So
Killer.
Damn.
11 plus 4. So 15 points of damage.
What door?
And then an additional wound.
So the lock gives way as the
like-
entire wall crumbles downward, and the town catches fire.
I'm
around
seeing, like-
you.
Like Fist of the North Star. Like he just like flicks it with his finger and it explodes.
Yeah,
Splinters kill
Does it
people
cut-
100 miles away.
it cuts to that black and white mushroom cloud.
You thrust your axe through the very nature of reality itself, and no,
Calamir is One Punch Man.
Yep.
Here's Callie.
you shear it right off. It's, or I guess yeah, you shear. It's like it has the little U thing, and your axe goes boosh right through the top of it, cleanly, and also shatters the wood behind it as the locking mechanism hits the ground. And Archer's going to shoot some arrows at you for that.
Okay, I'm going to use my free parry to
Ooh, acrobatics.
try to dodge them. Dodge them.
You got acrobatics.
Twist.
Pantherish twist.
Oh, does that give you a free dodge thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Very good talent.
I got one success on that arrow. Show me what you got.
He twisted just like a panther would to get away from that.
I guess I only get 2 dice. Oh no.
Ooh. That's a bummer.
Ooh.
Re-rolling?
Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, I believe I can actually. You may re-roll 1d20 when attempting an acrobatics test.
Nice.
Hey.
Which is a success.
Ooh.
Hey.
So you turn from breaking a lock just in time to see an arrow speeding toward you. What's it like? Tell me what's up.
He turns around to wave Criven inside, and as he does, he barely swats it to the side as a race passes eye. Give him a little cut. Just a flesh
Right.
one.
Just enough to look cool.
Yeah. In his already mutilated eye.
Well, there's 3 archers and 2 people that haven't had an arrow at them yet. Let's see. Well, Criven, you shot straight through a guy up there. A guy's gonna try and shoot
Hey.
straight through you back.
Sure you want to draw
Okay.
Criven's ire like that? I mean,
Right?
yeah. That's just asking, that's just saying, shoot me next, Criven.
You don't end up guarding the wall because you're necessarily, at the top of your game. Alright, do you want to do anything about that, Criven?
Yes. I also have Panther's Twist, and then Craven, who's on his knee, is going to just do like a roll to try and dodge it.
Well, roll
That's
to
some
see if
crap.
you get a complication, because I sure as hell didn't hit you.
Our acrobatics.
Yay!
So,
One.
the arrow, like, lands 5 feet in front of you, you stare at for a moment, and then do a backwards roll.
This guy's hands are shaking
Okay.
so bad. He's like, Craven's gonna kill me.
It's his
But he
first
tried
day
it.
on the wall.
And all of the soldiers up top, the non-archer ones,
Mm-hmm.
they're all just going to take cover behind things, which is greatly going to increase the difficulty to hit them. Alright, end of combat
Okay.
round 1. Do it up.
Great.
Alright. Once I finish my roll backwards, I'm gonna shoot the guy who tried to shoot me. Because that's what he gets. Is it this guy? I have a feeling it's this guy.
It's totally that guy.
Oh, he's going down, man. As I rolled, I was already pulling out my next arrow, giving it its classic little drumstick twirl and the twang of the bowstring. Oh, one complication.
Well, one's enough to hit you, and I am just going to bank this dude. This is not great.
Mm.
It's gonna be 11 damage, 2 piercing, right to the dome.
I'm actually going to spend one of those Doom. Right now. And I'm going to have Calimere make another acrobatics check. Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. There's the
I
sound
was
of a
muted.
muted microphone.
I was muted while I was trying to readjust my mic.
Thank you for doing so.
Without making a bunch of mic noises. Okay. I will jump out of the damn way. Okay, 2 successes.
Okay, so Criven, your arrow speeds through the air and goes right through the archer's head, whose body tumbles headlong over the railing and I would say almost smacks into Calimere, except his quick reflexes dance him out of the way as the body hits the ground. Next.
It sounds like a perfect Wilhelm's moment.
Oh
And
man,
after
does
doing
it
that,
ever.
Craven's gonna dive in through this open door with his movement and start making his way up.
Alright, so it costs 1 zone to go in, it would cost another zone to bring yourself up through any of the trapdoors.
Cool.
Okay. How many zones can you move in a turn?
1 for your minor action, or you can spend your whole action on 2 zones.
Okay.
That.
Cool. I'm gonna spend my turn moving into here, and then is this stuff up here like fortified and stuff you can hide behind,
Like right
or
here,
is this an actual or is this an actual ballista right here?
The answer is yes to both of those things. And this right
Cool.
here, that's a little off the screen, is the trapdoor coming up.
Great. I'm gonna spend both my move action to run up here and dive behind this ballista. I have plans for it next turn.
I play other RPG games with Justin, and I have realized that his character and ballistas are not great for my life. Alright, who's doing it next?
Yeah, wouldn't you know it, Ulrika is going to follow Ramesh up onto this platform and take a little bit of cover behind whatever this barrel or pallet or what have you is.
Okay. So I think that's
Because you know what's easier to operate with a second person?
A ballista.
Ballista.
Holy crap, you're right.
Alright, I think that just leaves Calamir.
Alright, so before I barrel into this doorway, have the guys on above us in this building that, you know, if we go inside, the trapdoors lead up to.
Yeah.
Have they noticed Ramesh and Orica on the other side?
Good question. Do you want to spend your turn making a roll to figure it out?
Alright, how about instead I just go in.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna run. You said if we use 2 turns, does that get us up onto the, or like both our movement?
Yeah, if you use your minor action and regular action, you can move 1 zone in each, so that would get you up top.
Okay.
But you also
So I'm gonna do that.
Left.
Oh, wait. I won't have an action left, is what you said, right?
Right, it's going to take your action to do that.
Okay, well, I'm going to use a fortune point to have an additional...
Ooh.
Nice.
And I am going to cleave the big guy on the right. Ooh, does he look familiar?
He's got a minion behind him.
Okay. Alright,
they're
well, I'm
fighting
going to
as a
attack the
horde.
minion then. Okay. Alright, melee. Is he going to try to defend?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Oh, no, never mind. No, he's not. That minion,
We don't have any momentum left? Alright, melee. Oof. Oh, are you serious? No.
I won't joke about something like that.
All these nat 20s.
You gonna take the Doom?
Yeah, I'm taking Doom left and right. Like a squirrel with nuts for winter over here. I can assure you, winter is coming.
That's 2 successes.
That's enough to hit.
I'm going to use... I'm going to pull that 1 momentum. If he needs something. It does 2. Alright, and see how much damage that does. Ishtar's Kiss. Mwah!
So smooth.
Kisses.
Wow.
Nice. I'm going to re-roll. One of them. Nice. It's 8.
Good God.
Pardon.
It's 11 damage.
11, okay, huh?
And it does an additional wound.
Good God.
Any piercing?
Shh.
If it does 1 wound, it does 2. No. No piercing.
Mm.
Where to?
And that was to his left leg.
Okay, so
Which is gone.
you are going to actually, because they're fighting as a horde, you're going to give the other guy a scratch around the realm of 1 vigor when all's said and done after killing the minion. So, tell me about it. Tell me about Ishtar's makeout session on the roof here. His axis named Ishtar's Kiss, for anyone who's wondering what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
So he comes up out of the, throws the trapdoor out of the way. Like a panther hops up onto the onto the floor. Axe in hand. I'm thinking the one guy probably tried to jump at me. I ducked low, took out his whole leg, and the sword that he was going to attack me with, I kind of like bum rush him, and his sword hits his leader.
Who quickly shrugs it off and is going to swing his mighty battle axe at you.
James, the wound,
Yeah.
if the wound would carry over to the next target.
I'm fairly certain we did some homework on that a few episodes ago and figured out that wounds didn't.
Or maybe it's only minions.
Mm.
Like, any remaining damage carried over. But there's something in the wording. What's the quality that does
Specifically,
that?
the intense.
Intense?
The intense quality. I'll look it up while you go ahead.
Yeah, if an intense attack inflicts 1 or more harms upon the target, then it inflicts 1 additional harm.
Which would be a wound. Or
No, you know what? It wasn't in the intense where it was written. It was in the area where it talked about things fighting in hordes, attacking groups. Some damage may inflict 2 harms simultaneously. Minions normally have 5 in a particular stress value. So any hit that reduces them to 0 stress will also inflict 5 damage. This takes only a single creature out of action, as harms inflicted on one creature do not carry over to the next. Only the total amount of damage. The end. So anyway.
Oh, okay. No, it's a talent that if I spend 2 momentum, it does against a mob or squad. The additional wound may be applied to another member of that mob or squad.
Oh, neat. Is that something you're doing?
That's Killing Strike talent. I didn't have the momentum.
Okay, there's a lot of cool friggin' talents in this game. So anyway, I'm going to spend a doom as he steps forward, oblivious to the sword that hit his leg, to swing his sword downward at you.
Okay.
What are you
I'm going to twist. I'm gonna do the twist. Panther is twist.
I am not rolling tonight, friends.
It's okay. We're fine with it.
Alright,
That's
so I got
okay.
1 success on those
We'll make
3
it.
dice.
All right, and I'm going to use one of those momentum.
It's because this guy's trying to hit a bunch of panthers.
So many panthers.
Rawr. Mm.
All the
30% of the
panther-
time, it works every time. Unfortunately for James, we're in the other 70%.
We most certainly are.
Nope,
Okay.
that's 3 successes.
That's going to give you momentum instead, which I assure you was not what I intended. Okay, so one archer is going to take a shot at Ramesh, which may not end well.
What?
as He is... Pretty, you're going to be tough to hit. and his one success sinks an arrow into the wooden banister right in front of you.
Oof. Harumph, I say.
The other one's going to back up his leader and take a shot at Calamir. So, okay, one thing that should be mentioned, and I apologize, it should have been mentioned earlier. There is a mechanism to raise the gate on either side.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be
That would have helped.
activated to raise the gate.
Okay.
If you think there's something fair that anyone would like to do differently, with perhaps the exception of Calamir, because that would be really difficult to do, I'm okay with takesy backsies.
No, I'm gonna stay the course.
Yeah.
I gotta play.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah, I gotta
and
play into
plus, remember that time that I needed Gort to show up and raise a gate, and then I spent a fortune point, and he did?
Yeah.
I'm crossing my fingers that works the second time, you know? Lightning might strike twice.
Gortning might strike twice.
I'm willing to spend a Gorchin point.
I think fortune points have to be on your turn
Yeah.
for that, and we'll see. I mean, that does rely on Gort being alive, so. But yeah, the other archer is going to take advantage of. Is going to shoot at Calamir. Calamir, you got any dodging left, or did you? Is it Doom territory now? If you are,
I don't. I would imagine, yeah. Is that how that works?
most things reduce the
What,
amount of
if
Doom
it's
it
supposed
takes
to
by
one
one.
dodge?
You know.
Yeah, it reduces the Doom cost by 1. There's actually a talent that's the same for parrying.
Okay, so
Oh
But
yes,
you
it
get the
reduces,
1 freebie.
reduces the amount of doom generated by 1.
you can
So
spend a Doom
I could-
now if you want to dodge this one.
Fuck yeah.
All right, taking the Doom, and I got 2 successes.
I'm gonna use 1 momentum. Nice. That's 4 successes.
Which is just what you needed. Okay, so we're even.
Wait, what?
He also got 4 successes. Oh no, that's not true. He got 3. My bad. So that's 1 momentum.
2 momentum. 2. Because he needed to beat my roll, not the other way around, right?
Is that 2 a crit?
Yeah,
He was
Yeah, I think
attempting
that
to hit
too
me.
is a double success.
Yeah, so he got 3, you got 4, right? So your 3rd success nullifies his 3rd success. And then your 4th one banks his momentum.
Oh, because he got below his focus?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see 2 dice there, man.
Brad, I put in your momentum.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, that's both the archers, that's the big bad. Do it up, PCs.
You guys want to make an attempt to use that ballista first?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go after these guys over here. Please don't fire it in my direction.
So
Right.
was it an action to turn the ballista to the direction we need it to go?
That sounds like chump change. Heroic.
Okay.
Conan.
This is Conan.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna turn the ballista, spin the ballista around
Archers.
to face.
Yep.
Do we want to hit these archers, or do we want to hit these guys?
Archers.
All right. I'll fire at the archer. Fire at this
Alright,
path
archers
right
is-
here. This path. I would like to. I will spend a fortune point to think back to the time when I was still in the military and flash back to a scene of those days being like, and this is how you operate a basic ballista. Being like, oh, when am I ever going to use this? And then flash back to now being like, son of a bitch.
Give me a warfare check, and that's great.
Your next period
can
of
I help
instruction.
on that warfare check? Like, we're both on this ballista, and we're like,
Yeah.
physicsing the shit out of it.
Sure. Give yourself an extra die of warfare.
That is 2 successes. Plus my fortune points. That's 3 successes.
Oh, is that unskilled?
Yeah. Apparently.
Okay.
I didn't realize I was a military brat until after I made the character, so yeah.
So I'm gonna take all those successes and put them to good use.
Okay.
So the ballista bolt tears into the wall of which they're standing on. I'm going to spend a quick doom.
It's a quick one.
A quick one.
Just a quick doom.
As
Quick little doom.
As one of the archers fires back at you.
Okay.
And with your cover behind the ballista, an arrow sinks into the ballista's wood, and just even as the other one draws an arrow tight, the wall crumbles and like crashes to the ground. It can actually be picked through now, as in like it's not going to be as easy as streaming through a gate, but you hear a yell out in the field, "The wall's breached!" And a cheer goes up from the soldiers in the field.
That works. Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Spend a minor action to high five Ulrika.
Right?
Nope.
I'm gonna... Let's see.
Well, you used your action to help, yeah.
Like, yeah, I did. So does that takes my action essentially?
Yeah, help is a help.
Well,
is
you
an
can
action.
still move. You can still move.
I
you
could still move, right?
True.
You could yell. That's a free action.
Are these archers still active, or did they
No,
fall with the wall?
They're dead or broken or...
All right, cool.
Yeah. Can I yell out to the generic soldiers over here on the other side, like, look, your cause is lost. Raise the gate.
So, I'm going to say that if you yell something, it's got to be short. They're far away. I'll give you 3 words.
Well, those 3 words are going to be raise the gate.
Oh, well, that's pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Command?
Sure.
I'm gonna spend a momentum. Just 1 success.
Okay, so they're afraid, but it's not quite enough to get them to start raising the gate.
We need something to get that gate up.
Who's going at it next?
I think Calamir wants to take out this big dude. Is he gonna defend?
No, he's not going to spend any doom to defend right now.
That would be foolish.
It is very foolish.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a momentum to give me 2 extra dice. Thank you, talent.
I love that talent. That's my favorite one with Barden.
What's it called?
Death Blade.
I believe.
Yep. You
Or is
pay
that the
1.
one that...
I'm pretty sure Death Blade is you spend the 1 momentum to get 2 dice.
Yes.
That's pretty sweet.
Nice. That's 5 successes.
I guess
James
that's
and
okay.
I'm going to also use my new talent that I just got, called Adaptable Combatant. And when fighting this guy, I'm going to increase my reach with my weapon by 1.
Oh.
Making it more difficult for me to hit. Or to be hit.
Wow. Okay. It's new talent night here on Conan the Thief.
Well, gotta spend them.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, this is the last session. Like,
Gotta do
new
everything. Man.
talent blowout down at the Conan factory.
Last game
Okay.
of the season, anything goes.
So that's 4 successes to the pool.
Yeah, you only ever need one to hit.
Right in.
Alright, that maxes this out.
Yeah.
I'm going to use...
You're gonna use something.
Okay. I can use this talent after. I'm going to add a vicious 1 with 1 momentum.
Remember, you can roll the dice first and then modify your
Yeah.
damage roll with the momentum.
Good point, good point.
You never know how many effects you're going to roll, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Ooh.
Okay. That might be worth it. I get to reroll 1 of those.
That's worth it for the vicious.
Zero again.
Okay, so yeah, I got the vicious, which would make that 13. I'm gonna use another 2 to add the killing strike, which adds an additional wound, and that's on top of the intense quality.
Alright, give me some math. How much damage, how many piercing, and how many extra wounds?
And 1 more momentum to ignore 2 soak.
Dear God.
So the left arm,
Oh, good, good.
port side for life.
Which he will choke on.
Yes. So that's 13 points of damage, ignoring 2 soak, and add an additional 2 wounds.
Add an additional 2 wounds.
Yes.
One's from intense and one's from your talent. Is that
Killing
true?
strike. Yep.
Okay.
Good lord.
Okay, that's
So unless he has 8 soak, he has
the worst.
at least 3 wounds.
So the wall of stone around him starts to chip away. Yeah, your blade sinks heavily into his left arm, and he yells out in the pain enough that it chills all of you a little bit.
Can I add to this scenario?
Potentially.
He does a quick a quick flip up over top of him and uses his body to take another arrow or 2 from the archers. As they must have been trained on Calamir, because they didn't notice a whole fucking ballista being pointed at them.
Okay. I think that just leaves Criven, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Criven's gonna pop up through the trap door here. And do I have a clear shot of either of these guys?
On
Through
the
all
other
this
side?
Mechanism? Mm-hmm. These guys.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say you do. You're on, even standing with them, and they're not crouching down when you pop up.
I figure bam! Alright. Criven's gonna run up. Oop. He's gonna run up. Get right behind this little handrail thing. right here. Get down on one knee and get an arrow ready and boing, let it fly. For 3 successes.
Okay.
Swing.
Tell me about some
That
damage.
2 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 with 3 piercing, and then I'll spend my 2 momentum to make it a headshot.
Yep. Well, that's gonna do him in as you shoot yet another one through the head as the one moves behind the mechanism.
Ever ready to open the gate now?
I would think so. Jeez.
The wounded commander, in what may be his last breaths, is going to take a swing at Calamir. Now, I feel like there is
I will.
some sort of spend I can take to ignore the wounds. That might not be true.
I think might be a resistance. Might be a resistance talent.
Yeah, which he certainly doesn't have. Oh well.
Oh yeah, I think there's a fortune point spend that lets you heal all your vigor or resolve.
Well, I don't have any of that
Yes.
chance in fortune points, so
You just have
Yeah.
to show 'em.
alright. I'm gonna spend 2 doom on this strike.
Whoa!
Just to give him a
Someone's spending.
chance.
I'm gonna use.
You know what? No. You know what? I am taking that all back. I'm a big filthy liar. He's not gonna do any of that.
I knew it!
Give me my doom back.
No.
Calamir, he is... He points towards you as he's barely standing. He points with his good arm and says, "You won't live through the night, boy. You won't live through the night." And it's going to be a threaten attack.
I lived through all the nights of note. I'll live through this one.
Are you gonna give me any doom to do a discipline thing, or are you good?
Well, I don't have to give you Doom to do it. So,
Some sort of talent?
big middle finger to... Yeah, it's, what is it called? Panther's Twist.
Not against a mental threaten attack. You can't dodge your way out of that one.
Oh, that's what he's saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You do have 2 dice worth of damage reduction, though.
But at what range?
If you can see or hear me, it's 2. If you're within close range, it's 4.
Okay, that's legit.
And I'm feeling like I'm being pretty heroic right now, so I don't really need to justify too much about why my presence would be inspiring at this moment.
He sees your high five and is inspired.
Yeah. Well, that resounds across the land.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a discipline. Not very good at discipline.
I believe in you.
You doing it or no?
Nah.
Okay. So he's
No
hitting
reason to
you
give
for
me another gem.
3. Only one of those dice showed any damage. So go ahead and make your 2 dice worth of soak. Die!
Yay!
That effect is me giving him the middle finger.
As you feel the strength of Ramesh go through you. Okay, PCs. Give me some love. New round.
I'll move up to here, and I'll take a stab at commanding this last chump here. Champ, I meant chump. If I only get the three-word rule, I will say gate or arrow as I'm standing next to Criven.
I'm over here lining up my shot.
Yeah. So, do you want a command or a persuade for that?
I think command. I think I want to command.
Command, alright.
So,
yes.
more out of pity. It's like
I am intimidating him, so I get to up my die roll on that because I feel like that's pretty intimidating. All right, that is 4 successes.
All right. You got room for 2 momentum. You got it.
Cool. I'm not doing damage to him because he's too far away. This is just a command check.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
I spend that last 2 momentum to make me sound even cooler when I say it.
You sound super
We're
cool.
full up on momentum and I'm not doing damage. Yeah, so I sound even
Really
cooler.
cool.
You guys, I sound so cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
should I finish off this big guy?
Yeah, go for it.
All
Do it
right.
up.
Your threats are idle.
I'm not spending any doom.
And your
Here's the last
stature is
cause.
about to be diminished.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I'm going to use 1 momentum to add 2 dice.
I didn't realize you're going to be diminishing stature here.
Dang.
That's 5 successes.
Shoo!
Kapow, kapoom,
Chop.
Hot damn.
bam, pshaw. Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice. The damage.
Yo. Oh my god.
Just hacking that left
Ooh.
arm like a tree.
Does he even have a left arm left?
I know,
after,
right?
After the last time?
I mean, it was hanging on by some bone, but I have a feeling
Not
that bone's about to
anymore.
be cleaved.
So that's 9. It still has intense, so it'll do an additional wound if it does any.
You are showered in blood as his body falls over, pale from shock as his left arm is completely severed. He'll bleed out and die here. There isn't a physician in the world that could save him at this point. And you hear a cranking and a sound of a chain going taut as you look over to see the soldier on the other side cranking the gate open.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
I start cranking this side.
Both of them go
I'll
taut.
I'll use a fortune point if I have to.
And
I was
you
saying I
don't.
was gonna run up
You
and
do
do it.
not. And even as the gate opens, the first of the army had started to stream through the break in the wall. Just in time, as the tide was starting to turn against the 30 men you brought inside. But the aggressors against them are quickly overwhelmed. And you hear yells through the city, even as this happens. The West Gate has fallen! The West Gate has fallen! And Ulrika, you know your bribes have paid off. As mercenaries, even as you do this, are also streaming into the city. With no time to rest on your laurels, you all get back down there and join into the battle with the city guard that is left, that is still choosing to fight on. And it's not long before members of the Cult of the Staff Bearers and all the guilds that allied with them are pouring into the street and fighting in this last stand against the Thousand Hands of Fortune and their literal army that they brought with you. Members of the New Table are there, you see, amidst the fray, and things are not going well for them as they are being gunned for. At this point, the half-barrels have taken to the street as well, and they have taken up that body drinking song that Ramesh was singing in the beginning as their battle ballad, as they carve their way through sections of the staff bearers. And you can see in the front, what's his name? Head of the half-barrels. Tariff. You can see
Tariff.
Viciously cutting people down, making you all that much gladder that you saved him. His joviality is still there, the big smile is still on his face, but now it's for ghastly reasons because he is doing butcher's work. And again, you all find yourselves caught up.
Glad he's on our side.
Right? Again, you find yourselves caught up in the tide of battle as you're being swept through the streets. And you find yourselves getting closer and closer to the center of town, as now that the walls have holes in them and the gates are down, sand is just flying through the city in what is one of the worst sandstorms that you have ever had the displeasure of seeing. Really messing with the visibility. And as it increases in ferociousness? I don't know, there's a word there. I think
ferocity.
That's 5. Is that the thing? Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think you were going with a combination of ferocity and velocity, which it could be.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
That's what I'll go with. And as it increases, it's getting harder and harder to see around you at all, right? And you're not even sure sometimes if you're fighting the right people. And it starts to get eerily quiet. And you're not sure why. The tempo of the battle starts to lessen. You can still hear the swords clattering around you here and there, but there's a palpable sense of dread happening right now. Everyone make a discipline check.
Is this a supernatural threat, perhaps?
Sure,
Yeah.
as fuck is.
Alright. I am gonna immediately spend a momentum for a morale soak with my healthy superstition talent.
I'm gonna spend a fortune point on this.
P.S. This is a new scene, so anyone who lost vigor or mental earlier, resolve, it's all fully back.
Wow, that's even worse.
Bummer.
Yeah, not bad.
I will also spend one of my fortune points on this. Yeah.
I got 3 successes.
Now, does your... I got 2 anyways. Alright, well.
I'm gonna spend... Yeah.
Does your courage soak apply to this too?
Mine?
And are we?
Yeah.
If it does... If this effect does damage to you guys, then yes.
Yeah, okay. I will... Well, that's the problem. With this sandstorm, I hate to say it, I don't think you're in sight.
Or if they can hear me. It's if they can see or hear me.
Alright, everyone roll a d20. If you get above a 10, You're close enough to Ramesh in this mess that you can hear him screaming above the winds.
If you're in close range, you get 4.
Boom.
Hey.
I'm right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
It seems only Kriven got a little separated. Okay.
Does that mean I'm right next to
Yeah.
him?
You are inside of him. Not in a weird way.
I thought
but not
I'm actually standing on Calamir's shoulders, so you can hear me better.
Okay, so
A piggyback ride through the storm.
for anyone that failed,
This way.
For anyone that failed, you got 2 damage coming towards you in the form of resolve, minus whatever soak you might have.
Yeah.
Was 3 successes enough?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And if you got 1 success, you're cool.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I amended back then. Yeah, if you're... I would assume you guys are right next to me then, so you get 4 dies worth of damage reduction.
Boom. Shakalaka.
Alright, so your hair stands on end as you feel something ominous and perhaps supernatural out there in the sand, and you hear the fearful mutters of soldiers around you. Ramesh, work for that soak. Tell me what you're doing.
I feel the presence, and look around to see my comrades starting to get like a little freaked out about this, and I remind them to steel yourselves. We're in control of the situation.
Calamir lets out a war cry and wipes the blood off his battle axe and puts a nice big handprint on his chest.
Oh.
Nice.
And even as you do so, you hear a voice, a strangely familiar voice. I have found God. I have found them, finally.
That's always a good sign.
If anyone wants to make a lore,
Sure.
I'll let you know
Figure
if you
out
know
who
who
it
it
is.
is.
I definitely
lore.
want to
I
make
know
a
the
lore.
Lord.
Lord?
Lore?
Cribbin just gets an arrow ready.
I have no clue who it is. I'm like,
I've got-
who's talking? That's not me. That's weird.
I got 2 successes.
I don't know. I'm likely to roll a 20.
2, unfortunately, is not going to be enough.
Damn.
It's
What
it's
if
a
we-
little esoteric.
I found God.
Oh man.
It's the staff.
I can tell you who it is not with 2.
Yeah.
It does not sound
It's
like
not
Ur
Ur
Quat.
I wonder if it's the crazy lady from Dagoth Hill.
I mean, if you want to give yourself a fortune point now, as the sand continues to blow around you and you see it kind of part for a moment, you catch a visage of her face. You catch a visage of Irund coming through the sand. And,
Who dat?
so
Called it.
who wants to give a quick reminder of who Irund is?
Urund is
oh.
one of the leaders of the cult of spiders, and
Yeah.
after they were kicked out of their temple by the staff bearers, they went to Dagoth Hill, which is outside of town, and it's like Black Hand territory.
Oh yeah, I remember we went and talked to them one time.
Mm-hmm. And they all split up into 2 groups, and she was one of the leaders of the factions, and she stayed behind at the hill
And then,
by all
Yep.
the weird stuff
Oh yeah,
underground.
she didn't like what we were selling, right?
No.
and then she
Yeah.
tried to have a coup
Yeah.
and to wipe out us and the other leader.
I'm sure she's forgotten all about that.
Right.
Did we just like chase
Also,
her
like,
off?
we followed her down into this crypt where she had this mummy that she was worshiping and trying to commune with. And we were just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like, I guess we're just gonna back away slowly and leave you to your thing, lady. And then we left and we're like, well, that'll never come back to haunt us.
And the sands part again as you catch yet another glimpse of her, seemingly moving at a strange rate. She's where you least expect her, and there's something else coming through the sand behind her. Something massive. Wait, no, it's not something massive. It's many individual things, and as the sandstorm lifts up, you see a legion of the dead marching on Shadizar.
What?
Skeletons are following Yurund through the streets as staff bearers and soldiers alike scream in terror.
The unfucking dead.
Hey, let's take a little break, everybody.
Right? Do I have a clear shot of this lady?
Yeah, right.
I mean, clear. Well, we'll say the sandstorm's letting up for theatrical reasons, so sure, but we'll deal with that in a moment. See you all soon.
Well, as the sand clears up, arrow fly.
Frank, we're
Beam me up.
We have thank yous to go through, right?
Welcome back, everybody. This is the final episode of Crumbling Keep Presents Tales from the Tower, Conan the Thief. And things are about to get, well, not great. But before they get not great, let's talk about some great things. So, first, if you want to see any past episodes, you want to check out our blog, you want to get more information on any of the other Crumbling Keep projects that are happening, check out our website, crumblingkeep.com. It's a good wealth of information. Aside from that, you can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/crumblingkeep. And we are on Patreon we are on Twitter at Crumbling Keep. But yes, we are on Patreon too. So if you're following everything and you like what we do and you would like to help us out with that, that would be rad. You can do that at patreon.com/crumblingkeep. Or if you just want to give us a tip tonight, also cool, paypal.com/crumblingkeep. And Brad, I think you were going to say something there, bud.
Oh, no, I was just reiterating that it would be awesome.
It would be
to send us money to keep this stuff going.
Awesome.
It allows us to do a lot more cool stuff.
Yeah, and better at that. We have some high ambitions as far as quality goes, and, well, money's the thing we need to make that happen. Also, thank you to Roll20, because, hey, it's been keeping this game going for years upon years upon years now, and has made this entire campaign possible. Also, thanks to Sirenscape, which has been providing the alternatingly heroic and creepy soundtrack that has been going through this video. Thank you.
Woo, Sirenscape.
Yeah, Sirenscape. Woo. If you want to try the game, which you should, because it's great, we do have some links in the episode description of where you can buy the books. And it did just win Game of the Year. So Conan is totally worth trying out. It is such a good fantasy system. Really, I love it. It's pretty fantastic. That said, if you want to try a game and you're like, who's going to run it? You can always hire a GM through Crumbling Keep. There's more information on the website for that too, crumblingkeep.com. You'll see the little tab up at the top. Anyone have anything else before we get moving here?
No. Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Hope you're enjoying it as much as we enjoy playing.
And just because this is the end of Conan the Thief, we have more good stuff coming. We'll still be back next week playing other games. So, stay with us. But for now, in the town square of Shadizar, the dead are marching. Cult of the Staff-Bearer, Town Guard, Half-Barrel, foreign armies, all alike are frozen right now as the dead are marching through the streets, come from some far-out place in the desert. The members of the Spider that have flocked to your cause tremble as they see one of their former leaders and what she has become. Now that you get a better look at Yergund, she's not the same. She's quite gaunt and skeletal herself, and bones show through in places in her skin. There's something spectral and otherworldly about her. And so, yeah, that's where we're going to start off. You're in the town square, the dead are marching, and it looks like the army's about to bolt. So the figures in on the map right now are the ones you're directly worried about. However, if everyone else runs away, there will be more.
Okay.
What do you got?
Okay.
Ramesh, I think you will do your most damage by attacking the will of Urmand. What's her name again?
Urund.
Yeah.
Urund.
Yeah, I can start
I could provide some protection by. Well, this is the same. Same area. It's the same zone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna run headlong into these folks.
Cool.
Headlong into those fools. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start by doing the heed my words command at this group, so it'll affect everybody in this thing. And I will say, "Look at yourself! You have no power here, abomination! Be gone!" And continue having bravado. Like I know what I'm doing. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong thing to roll. Anyways. And I will spend I'll spend a doom or a momentum. I want to spend a doom. That is 4 successes. So I will. Alright, so that is 6 damage with stun on all of them. And I will. Let's see. 4 successes. So I will spend 2 more on damage, making it 8, and 1 on piercing 2 for the group. So 8 damage, stun, pierce 2 to the area.
As you yell this out, they don't pause for a moment. And the skeletons seem to be unhearing, unfeeling, with only one real wish in life, and that is not their survival. It is the death of the living. And they continue to move forward. The army...
No!
The army around you shrinks back in fear, and they're looking really close to bolting.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna use a momentum to add 2 dice to my axe. Swing of the axe.
Did I not affect the lady either?
Nothing at all.
Shit. Okay.
There's only one way to deal with them, Ramesh.
Yep.
5 successes.
Okay.
That's certainly going to hit.
Okay. I am going to roll my damage first. That's right.
Oh, I have not changed the screen.
And... Okay. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to use 1 momentum to add vicious 1. So that'll make it 15 points of damage. 2 for killing strike to add an additional wound.
Okay, so
to a mob.
Tell me about damage.
Okay, so it's 15 points in total. The intents wouldn't really matter if they're minions. Because they only have 1 wound, am I correct?
Correct. Minions only have 1 wound.
So that wouldn't carry over. But my killing strike will. So 15 points of damage. Killing strike, and I'm gonna add. I'll use 1 momentum to ignore 2 soak, and put the last one back.
Okay, so hit me again on all of that.
15 ignore 2 soak, and add a wound.
Sorry, doing some quick math.
This guy here. I'm gonna say I
Okay. And
looked at their armor and where they're vulnerable.
so, talk to me about 3 of them.
I'm not gonna say I tried to, or maybe yeah, they're skeletons. So I just splinter through the hip of one. It goes straight through into the rib cage of another, and then the end of the swing takes the head off of the third one.
All right, who's gonna do it next?
Bones scattering all over.
Griffin will go. Griffin's gonna hop up on this here statue, and he's gonna line up a shot right here at this here freaky skeleton lady. She seems to be controlling all this. I'll spend 1 momentum on that. Oops.
Not liking this dude over here.
Yeah, I
saw
know,
him.
like-
He's being sneaky over there.
I'm worried about what that guy's deal is.
Yeah,
Right.
just by himself.
Also spend a fortune point.
I'm worried about the whole situation, to be honest.
Right?
3 successes.
Okay, that is.
Would you
going
like to dodge, sir?
No, that is going to hit, but it is a horde.
Oh crap! Okay. Damn hordes. She's standing in front of him. Does that count?
Not in the least.
Damn.
Fibber.
To make it, add to the drama, are these slow skeletons or fast skeletons?
They're moderate, really. They're not running shrieking, they're not lumbering. They're kind of like out for a Sunday stroll, but in a hurry.
They're sauntering at us?
They are sauntering skeletons.
Oh my god.
They're the worst.
So that'd be 7 with 2 piercing and yeah, that'll do it. 7
and 2
2
piercing? Okay.
Mhm.
So your arrow goes completely through one of the skeletons that wander in front of her as you shoot, shattering into bone fragments. Ulrika.
Ulrika doesn't trust this one lone guy over here, so she is going to run that direction, run up on him, drawing her sword, and swinging at this strange little lonely guy. Just, something about him.
Right, he looks different than all of them.
I know, don't trust it.
He's got a helmet and a cool skirt thing.
Alright.
That's no good.
Right.
There's that shield guy over here, too, that's also up to no good.
And I will re-roll
Yeah.
the one that failed. There we go. So 3 successes. I'll generate 2 momentum. I will... Roll those zeros. 3d6. I'm going to spend that 2 momentum on 1 on damage and 1 on piercing. So 7 damage, 2 piercing.
7 damage, 2 piercing, you say?
I say.
Okay, so... where are you hitting it?
Oh, good question. In the right leg.
So, you connect with the right leg at the knee, taking it clean off. But to your ghastly horror, it keeps hopping forward.
Huh.
I mean, it's affected, don't get me wrong.
Interesting.
Skeleton's turn. So, the army starts to run.
Damn.
What?
If nothing changes, that'll introduce more skeletons next turn. While the rest of them run forward. So, this group is going to come up and get into close range with Ramesh. These 3.
Ah!
These 2 are going to get nice and close and snuggly with Calamir. And these 5 are going to start climbing their way up the statue at Criven. Alright, so Ramesh, we're going to do a melee attack on you first.
Okay.
Do you want to parry it all?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have to give you a doom for it, unfortunately.
Oh, your fan's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, because I threw it at the
Right.
dude at that valiant last moment attempt to
Knock him into the
try to
plane.
kill him
Yeah.
when it looked really
Trying to get
awesome.
Master Wah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I have to roll
So-
2 more dice here because of the horde attacking. So I don't get any doom, but I do get 1 success.
Okay. I failed, so I don't think I get any bonuses. Nope. Yeah.
So it
Go ahead.
swings with its pitted sword, hitting you in the right arm for 3 vigor.
Okay. I only take 1.
Ulrika, the one fighting
Yep.
you, is going to swing with its axe.
I am going to parry with my sword.
I have 1 success.
Gonna use a momentum. I have 2 successes.
Alright, so that's going to be 1 that goes through momentum as your sword slides up under its axe, keeping the head of it from reaching you. Calamir,
Yes.
2 of them attacking you.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to dodge,
Okay.
dip, dodge, duck.
Like a panther might.
Yeah, you'd say twist.
I have 2 successes. To your twist.
Momentum. I'm going to. Do they attack as 1?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use a momentum. Come on. Oh, really?
This.
I can re-roll 1. 1d20.
Yeah, I was just banking those.
Which is another success, so 3 successes.
Okay, that's certainly going to hit.
Well, plus my 3 reach.
Or rather, it's certainly going to parry, rather. Because I had 2 successes, so...
When does reach come into play?
Their reach was 2, so they need
Difficulty?
an extra success. So they... so whatever momentum you would have gotten, you get an extra one because of your reach as well. Alright, so the 5 at Criven. You want to parry with your bow?
Oh, he has a Pantherish twist as well, I believe, don't he?
Yeah. You're right.
Sorry, I think I've been muted this whole time.
That's
I'm
okay.
here. There were dogs barking.
So the 5 of them are coming at you in a big old mob.
Are they at a disadvantage because I'm on the statue?
Nah, they're on a statue too. If you had to make any rolls to actually get up on the statue, I'd think about it. But you kind of clambered up there for free.
Fair enough.
Are you Pantherish twisting?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend 2 momentum.
Okay. I have 4 successes on this one.
2, and I can re-roll 1 dice. Come on, crit. No, nope.
All right, so that's gonna be enough to give me 1 doom as well, which I will take. So, Criven, as you climb to the top of the statue, they're all swarming around it as well, and you can feel their hands clamoring all about you as they attempt to climb up you as well. As one of them connects a rusted spear into your left leg. For 4 points of damage, 3 piercing.
Damn. That goes right through my soak.
You
Of
can
1.
Feel its rusty bite. Okay, heroes. Finger quotes. Do your worst, best.
I am going to reach into my suit secret stash thing, and just for the sake of how it's stowed, we're gonna say that it folds out in a really cool fashion to reveal a barbed spear, which, as you all know, is the traditional weapon of Zendia, which you see many of the army that's trying to flee right now holding, obviously. So I'm going to hold it up high and make a persuasion roll to all the soldiers that are fleeing, and I'm going to scream, die with honor or live a coward, and make a roll for that.
That barbed spear was a nice touch. Give yourself a fortune point.
Oh, thanks. That is 2 successes.
Okay.
For the army. And then I will immediately spend that fortune point when I have all their attention and use it to take an attack on this lady here and jam my spear into her face. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds great.
Alright, great. I'm gonna spend a momentum to make sure I hit. Because the fortune point just covers taking the extra action, right? It doesn't give me the roll. It's like, that's okay, good. Right, then, yeah. Alright. Big money, no whammy.
Hey!
Yeah!
Alright, talk to me
is
about some
3
damage
success.
there.
Let's see, I've never used this thing before. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a first.
Yeah, this is oh my god. It does 2 damage and I'm going to spend the 2 momentum that I got from hitting on top of it, so it does 4 damage, and it has piercing 1.
So that's going to be 2 piercing, 1 for each effect.
Yeah.
And you stab, trying to reach her through the throng of skeletons around her, but do manage to just shatter the breastbone of one of them, and pieces fall to the ground. Its hand's still scrambling along, but like they're, it's more for effect. It's not going to do anything. And you hear a shout go up. They can be killed. To Ramesh. To Ramesh.
Yeah.
And there's a big cheer.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Anyone who caught Ramesh there, it was surprising. Not the speech, but the manner in which he thrusts that spear made him look more like the son of a general that he has recently told you he is, as opposed to the somewhat skeezy shop owner that you met to form the Thousand Hands of Fortune. Next up.
I think Calamir is going to try to clear out the rest of these skeletons around her. Or Criven, do you need some help?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Alright, then Calamir is going to take out these other minions. Use a momentum. Is that available?
There should be 1 available.
Yep.
Oh, only 2 successes, which will do it. Give me 1 momentum. I'll put that back. Shar's kiss. Just as it is. Ooh, 3 zeros to re-roll. So that's 8. 12 points of damage.
Any piercing?
No, just the intense quality.
Well, thankfully it doesn't matter. That's exactly what you needed. Well, no, wait. You said 12? Oh, yeah, never mind. One of them is still alive. But you have damaged it.
You liar.
Alright. Orca or Priven, who's next?
So I don't know what you're gonna have me roll for this.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, right? I am gonna spend a fortune point on it for sure. So I want Ulrika sees this this cart laying over here and wants to go over to it, pick it up, or pick up the handles, and then run toward this horde and use it like basically a battering ram against them.
Awesome.
All
right.
Red.
So, one issue with that, you would have to withdraw from the one you're fighting now.
Okay, and he would get an attack of opportunity, yeah?
If I'm being honest, I don't remember exactly how it works, so that's what I'm going to go with.
I don't remember either, so I was like, what's the deal with attack of opportunity?
Yeah, so that's what
I
we're
do know
gonna
there is
default
a
to little
disengage
D&D
action.
trope.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm looking through the actions right now. Is it withdraw? Withdraw.
Yeah.
So I could use a fortune point to get an extra standard action. I would take a withdraw to move back from the guy that I'm dealing with, and then it would take an extra action to draw an item, so to speak, of picking up this cart, and a minor action, and a standard action to move into a different zone.
That sounds about right.
Alright.
And a free action to say some cool catchphrase before you run into them.
Hell yeah.
Special delivery.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Like, bring out your dad.
Okay, okay, that's...
Nice.
Yeah.
That was way better.
Yeah.
Yep, no.
Give yourself
I'm not
some
dead
sort
yet.
of,
What you
Yeah.
are?
I don't think I'll go for a walk.
I'll feel better. Yeah, Justin, give yourself some sort of point that doesn't have any mechanical application for that one.
Alright,
Pat yourself on the back.
1 life point it is.
Yeah, so James, how do you want me to handle this mechanically?
That's actually a good question. Let's see. I am totally open to suggestions here. Melee doesn't seem exactly right. Maybe athletics, maybe sailing. No, not sailing. I feel it should be physical.
Warfare?
I'm gonna say athletics. This seems like a brute force type of thing.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna spend another fortune point because that's not my strong suit. But I was prepared for this. Spend them while you got them, I guess. Alright, so that is 3 successes.
Yeah.
All right. We'll say that's 2 momentum, and we'll give it a 6 dice of damage with an area effect.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alright. I rolled 5 and some effects.
Okay, so let's see, 5. So you
Can I spend that momentum that I got on extra damage?
Sure.
Okay. I will spend that momentum straight away on extra damage, and so that makes it 7.
No piercing, right?
Make it 6-2 piercing.
Nice.
Okay, so what's that gonna do for me? Okay, so Criven, as their claws clamber up your body, one grips onto your belt, and you're starting to feel the danger of being overwhelmed by them. There's a loud crash, and they're suddenly dispersed. You see bones shattered all over the ground as a red-faced, sweaty Ulrika has rammed a cart into all of them. And you both look at each other for a moment in silent gratitude, and a single skeletal hand crashes up through the bottom of the cart as the last toughened skeleton stands.
Nice.
And just as it's getting up, Criven's already got an arrow lined up, He takes a nice deep breath and shoots an arrow at it.
Thank you.
For 5 successes.
Hot damn.
It's certainly going to hit
Damn.
it. It is damaged, for sure.
Oh my god, what did I do? Sorry, I hit a random button on my keyboard.
That's okay.
Alright. For 8 damage, 3 piercing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll do it for thematic sake anyway. So in Conan, you can sacrifice your shield to avoid taking a wound. Unfortunately, you did enough to do 2 wounds, basically. So, it raises its shield. Your arrow splinters the wood and splinters what's left of the skeleton behind it as well. Okay, is anyone left?
I went first, so or second.
Yeah, that's everyone.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
I think it's all you.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
a cheer goes up as the soldiers rejoin the fray. And alongside of them are members of the cult of the Staff Bearer. And everyone is now fighting together against, well, this threat to life, the dead itself. Calamir, the one that is left, is going to take a swing at you. I'm sure your panther is twisting. One success.
You know it. That would be. Come on. That's 1 success. Plus a reach of 3.
Okay, that's gonna do it against its spear reach, also 3, but that's good enough. Alright, Ulrika, the one that you ran away from just followed you as you were pushing the cart, and again swings its axe.
Harry.
1 success.
Three successes.
Oof, okay, that's gonna be 2 momentum, as you once again batter its axe to the side. Ramesh, the 2 that are left, you hear
What up?
her speak. No, he gave them to me. He gave them to me, she yells as she swings her pitted sword at you. Do you want to parry for doom or anything?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have 1 success, so feel free to roll your parry.
1 success as well.
Okay, do any of you have a doom you'd like to
And
add?
I have a reach of 3 with the barbed spear, if that means anything.
Yeah, so that's going to give you 1
Okay.
momentum then, because they have
Okay.
a reach of 2 with the sword.
Okay.
Brad, did you have an idea?
I can use protection. It's another defense action.
That's a moot point, because they didn't hit him.
There's retaliate. Attack a nearby foe.
Bad happened to him.
Does anyone have any thoughts about what the complication should be?
Her sword breaks.
Yeah.
She accidentally cuts off the head of the zombie, of the skeleton next to her when she swings the sword.
That's good.
I think we're gonna go with sword breakage. I think that it hits against the haft of your ancestral barbed spear, and just it doesn't make it. It's a wooden haft, yet the sword breaks over it, and her near skeletal face widens in astonishment and fear. All right, back to the 1,000 hands.
Who wants to go first?
I want to see if I can finish off this freaky legless wonder over here and following me.
Do it up,
Do
man.
it.
I don't like it. It's rude.
Sure. I don't like it.
I'm gonna re-roll the one that did not succeed. Well, worth a try. 2 successes. So I will. That'll do. I'll. Let's see what I want to spend that momentum on. I'm gonna spend. It's gonna be 6 damage, and I'm gonna spend the momentum that I generated plus 1 more on. No, just the 1. So 6 damage, 2 piercing.
And that's enough to where are you hitting it?
Oh, I am hitting it straight to the head. Shear it clean off, I hope.
It managed to come after you with just 1 leg,
Nice.
but not just 1 head. Or, you know what I mean. As its skull rolls across the ground, detached from its body. Alright, who's doing it next?
I'll take a thrust with the spear at these guys. Why not? Maybe I can finish off this last minion, so someone that can actually do a lot of damage can hit what's her butt here.
Mm-hmm. Criven is at the ready.
2 successes.
That's gonna be enough.
Woo!
Nice.
So that is. All right. So that's 5 damage with Pierce 1 to the left arm.
And barely does that skeleton cling to unlife. Almost enough. Its armor kept it from dying. Alright.
Even
what's
with
next?
Pierce 1?
Yeah. 2 armor,
That would
so-
be
Damn.
Alimir, who I'm going to attack this bra. Use 1 momentum. We out.
Yeah.
We should have a bunch.
We got like 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Defending.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does.
Jesus.
2 1s. Nice.
How many do we want to put back? To fill us out.
Use whatever, man.
I think
We need-
2
okay.
only 2 would max us out. And then you got 4 with
Okay.
to play with.
Well, 5. 3. All right. Rolling damage. for Ishtar's kiss. Rerolling 2 zeros. Netting me another effect. Alright, I'm going to use Vicious 1. Use 1 momentum to add Vicious 1.
Minion skeleton.
Which will make it 7. Yeah, but all this damage carries over, correct?
That's the end of its horde. Because you're fighting this one here, right?
Yeah, it's 2 different hordes. Like this was a horde and she's her own horde.
Right.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, well.
How about we let it die and
what can we
move on?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to use 2 of those momentum to have a secondary target.
Nice.
Which will take half damage.
Okay, so that is how much damage to the secondary target?
So that would be 3 I use total. So... Sorry, I'm recalculating. 7 plus 6. 13 points of damage to this one, which would be 7.
7.
Because it rounds up. And can I use a fortune point to attack again?
You can.
Yeah.
Do it up.
I'm just going to straight the overhead strike. And I'll use 1 momentum again.
Oof.
5 successes.
Okay.
Damage. Ugh. Rerolling 5 zeros. Max number, I believe. That's better. 9.
Carry the 2.
Again, add a vicious 1, which would make
Square root.
that would make 15 points of damage.
Tell me how you killed them all, will you?
Slicing through the last 2 of her minions. Like he comes running through the bones as they're crumbling. Lifting his axe straight above his head and sinks it straight into their former foe.
Yeah.
Saying, saying, Ishtar says goodnight.
So, there is a loud cheer that goes up from soldiers as the last of the dead is hacked away. And there's this moment where everyone starts looking at each other, wondering, what are you going to do? You know? Because there's cult members looking at the army, looking at half barrels, looking at spiders, looking at even the Black Hand has poured into the streets. And there's this uneasy tension in the air. Criven, from your spot on top of the statue, you can see the crowd starting to part, as if something's moving through it.
Ooh.
I alert the others and point in the direction. There's something coming.
So, you all turn, the sandstorm having left as quickly as it came, as you see disturbed looks on the faces of all those gathered. And then the people closest to you part, as Ur Quat steps through the assembled masses, the Staff of Wonders in his hands.
Ooh.
He,
What's this bastard have to
Quat.
say?
Yeah.
he looks about all those assembled and looks down at the town square itself. The ground drenched red in blood of the fallen. Brothers, sisters, did I not tell you I would bring the gods back to Shadizar? And there's no real reaction to this. Even the cult of the staff bearers are shaken now over what they've seen today. And no one cheers. But yet Ur Quat smiles. Ishtar, he says. Bali. Set. All fake. And there's murmuring, and the cult members assembled look really confused. There were gods of Shadizar older than even they. And he holds the staff up in the air, and the light gleams off the top of it as the sun is starting to disappear over the horizon after this long day of fighting. And now, the gods return. And he puts the tip of the staff, the bottom, into his mouth. And like a sword swallower, he just starts like feeding it down into his esophagus, and it suddenly becomes like horribly ghastly.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I'm at a loss for words for once.
Anyone else?
Fascinated by the sorcery he's seeing. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Shoot him?
Yeah, I'll shoot him if that's allowed.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's
Make a
all I
roll.
got.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take a shot.
Ulrika's just gonna mutter under her breath. He said he'd bring back the gods, but not the gods we wanted.
Nice.
While everyone's freaking out, Craven's gonna slowly produce an arrow from his quiver. Give it one single twirl. Line up his shot and let it fly. For 4 successes.
Okay, so your arrow flies through the air, and go ahead and take 3 momentum if you got room for it.
I think that maxes us out.
Go ahead and give me a location.
Damage?
Location. So it tears
torso.
through his torso like it were wet paper.
Ugh.
And goes out the other side. And this happens just as he gets the last of the staff down his throat. And this kind of dark, shadowy vapor starts pouring out of the hole that you made. And you can see, like, the skin on his neck looks kind of loose now, and his head is lolling back at an obscene angle, even farther back than when he was shoving the staff down. And out of the hole comes a singular tentacle at first.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Everyone make a discipline check.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a discipline check.
I'll spend one moment on it.
Me too.
Me 3.
Nice. I'm gonna re-roll one of those. One of those there. 19s there. Two successes.
Whoa.
Damn, Ramesh.
I am full of discipline tonight.
And
I've apparently seen this before.
I'm gonna
momentum.
reroll the one I failed. Alright.
Oh, ugh.
3 successes for Ulrika.
Okay, so who got less than 3 successes?
Here.
Here.
Okay, so
A big 0.
strange shapes start emerging from the hole in what was Ur Quat. Tentacles, things with big pincers at the end. Other things you can't quite identify, but they threaten to tear your mind asunder with their affront to conventional reality. Anyone who got less than 3, and Ramesh, your ability can certainly play into this.
Yep.
You start to just recoil in horror as you take 4, 5, 7 damage to your resolve.
Okay.
So you roll soak dice for discipline, or do you just straight
Yeah, it
subtract
gives
it
you,
from the damage?
4 die to roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So I assume we're all standing together at this point.
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm within close range.
Frank,
and
to answer your
Just,
question,
I'm
Frank.
going to say... Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so Frank, to answer your question real quick, you don't get to roll any dice for discipline. This is only due to Ramesh's power.
Okay.
Talent.
All
Okay,
right.
sorry, Justin, go ahead.
I am saying we're so close, friends. Just this last hurdle, and we've won the day. To snap them back into what we're doing here.
So, how much damage do we take?
It's 7 minus the amount you're able to
Holy shit.
soak.
I actually have
Yeah.
1 base soak
That
from a
definitely
talent.
plays into.
Nice.
I have never seen such horror. I mean, Calamir's seen some shit, but
Yeah.
this is
Tentacle monsters
downright.
dumping out of some guy. That's just crazy.
Ugh. So yeah, the soak took down to 5, which is still a trauma.
Alright, did everyone take their damage? Everyone got that under control?
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. And so even as these things pour out and you recoil in horror, out from the stomach starts coming just an unbelievably sized mass of flesh. There's no way it could have fit in them, yet still it continues to pour out. And those of you who were at the Thousand Hands massacre recognized the blob of flesh that was in the front of the room. And it's
Oh,
It's hard to
that's what it looked
comprehend.
like.
You start seeing faces of people you know as part of it
Oh no!
as it pours towards you.
Oh.
And
Oh, God.
with that, it's going to be your turn.
Ah.
Ah, shit.
Ugh.
Flesh blob, huh?
Griven's gonna just immediately take another shot at this thing.
P.S. Who took horror damage that last time and how much?
I told you 5.
5? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so it seems to get stronger as it feeds upon your fear.
Ah.
Okay, go ahead, Criven.
Alright. Four successes.
Okay, that's certainly going to hit. Though, with all that flesh, you're not sure how easy it is going to be to hit something vital.
Right.
Damn, that's a lot of effects.
Yeah, it is. I will spend 2 of the momentum I got on damage and bank the other one.
Alright, so what's that look
For
like?
10 damage, 5 piercing. 10 damage, 5 piercing.
Okay. That was a nice hit. Your arrow does seem to have some effect. As still, even with so much piercing, flesh seems to give it some resistance. That's not the thing. But some greenish, ichorish blood-type liquid does come from the hole. It looks like, well, not easy, it can be hurt. Who's next?
I believe it's Calamine.
By all means.
Ramesh, did you go?
I haven't gone yet, no.
Oh,
Yeah, I went first.
go ahead. Scream.
Me?
Do whatever you...
I have a distinct feeling that yelling at this thing isn't going to really do much damage to it. But since you mentioned that it feeds off of fear and stuff, I'm gonna turn and face the onlookers here that are all staring in fear right now, and try to pull a Ghostbusters 2, like get them all to kind of be on our side and stuff and not take this. So I will face the crowd of onlookers, and one of the heed my words things is that I can spend a fortune point to immediately gain the attention of a crowd. So I'm going to do that with my last fortune point, and I'm going to say, are these the gods you were promised? Look upon this! And then say, everyone here, you're all Shadizar! Shadizar is the people, not the gods! Show this abomination that you won't take this! Show them what Shadizar means to you! And usher them all to believe as their hearts in one, I guess, or whatever. It's persuade check time.
Give yourself a fortune.
Okay. I'll take it. 3 successes. And I generate an extra momentum when I do a successful persuade.
All around you, people begin to run away. And At first, you think your speech had no effect, and your heart starts to sink. Until you see, as the crowd starts to dissipate, those that remain. And there's not many. But you see Tariff, his car. You see... Brad, I'm sorry. I really need to put this name somewhere other than in...
Fareem?
Fareem, yes, thank you. You see Fareem. They both stand tall, ready to aid their hands to the battle. And
Can I spend my last Gorchin point to have Gort be there?
And then, as the crowd streams away, you see
Yes.
a head taller than anyone else.
Yes!
The Sumerian from the Frozen Waste, a former slave, former companion to Varesh, currently pissed off barbarian, staring this unholy abomination right in his many faces.
Yes!
Gord!
Ulrika screams out, Gort! This fiend killed Varesh!
Gort will kill the fiend! Alright, who's going next?
I'm going to... So, Ulrika is standing, kind of on this, statue where there's the ruins of all of the skeleton bodies, that she crushed with the cart. And I'm assuming that there are some, axes amongst these skeletons. Like, some of them were...
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up one of those axes and throw it at the blob thing. I'll use a momentum on this.
Also, everyone check this chat when you get a half sec.
I see you have 19 Doom there.
Sure do.
So I don't particularly want to offer you another Doom. I'll take that complication. But I did generate 2 successes on the thrown axe. So I'm gonna roll damage now. And I'll spend that momentum I generated on piercing. So 4 damage to piercing.
So the axe sinks into the blob of flesh and just gets absorbed. Seemingly ineffective. Though a fleshy tentacle, heavy fleshy tentacle, falls down, smashing into the statue. Roll me in acrobatics.
Alrighty. Acrobatics it is.
So do we all need to roll acrobatics?
No.
3 successes.
Okay, that's enough. You get 1 who's who what's it as well. Momentum.
Great. I'll take the who's he what's it.
Okay, so part of the statue falls, and you dive out way as it crashes to the ground. Who's next?
I believe Calimere is going to rush forward. Looking for unfamiliar faces to hack and slash at. And do we have momentum? I'm gonna use the momentum. Ooh, just 3. 3 successes.
3 successes is enough to hit.
Okay. Put 1 back. And then I'm gonna use 1. Reroll 2 zeros. Nice. So 9. I'll use that 1 extra momentum to add vicious. So that's a total of 15.
Any piercing?
Wait, no, I'm sorry. 17.
Any piercing?
No. Tariff will run up too. They kind of like look together and run together.
So your axe also seems to sink into its flesh. Luckily. Though not before it gives you plenty of resistance. So yeah, go ahead and repair.
Okay, it also does an additional wound if it does any.
Yeah, you did do wound.
Okay, so Tariff. Same stats and all?
Yes.
Okay.
For simplicity.
Though talents and everything?
No talents.
Okay. Nice. That's 3 successes.
Which will certainly hit.
We'll use 1 of those momentum to add piercing. So that's 9 points of damage. Plus the 2 piercing. So North 2 soak.
Okay, that will also do some damage. As Terra.
Oh, that's... If he's using the same type of axe, he has the intense quality too. So.
So I am going to spend a doom and seize the initiative this time.
Oh.
Jeez. As these steadfast, unlikely heroes stay as everyone runs around them and start pouring damage onto this thing, shooting arrows and axe after axe sinking into its flesh. A large fleshy knob the size of maybe about 4 people standing stomach to back shoots out of the top of it, towering above you. And just a little stalk of flesh comes out of that, like a little tendril. And on the end of that tendril is a portion of a mask. And you just hear Varesh's voice. The fires of hell burn. They burn, the brain goes. Ah! This is a mental attack. Anyone is welcome to spend Doom to make a make a discipline roll.
Discipline?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have to give you Doom to make a discipline? Ah.
Really?
Yeah, just like
But
any
we're
kind
still...
I'll give you a doom
Yeah, I'll give you a doom.
because I want to succeed. Because that way I can give you guys my resist bonus thing.
I'm not going to give you a Doom, but I am going to use my talent where I spend momentum on Morale Soak.
Okay,
Nice.
that is legitimate.
I'm gonna spend 1 momentum. If this here your page is accurate.
Yeah. I got 2 successes.
I'm gonna re-roll that 18 there. For 2 successes.
Okay, sorry. I'm figuring out what to roll because it's not super apparent. What do you usually use when you make your displays? What skill do you roll?
Persuasion. Or command, depending on if I'm intimidating or making someone do something.
Okay, so I have 3 successes. Who got less than 3?
Me.
Me.
Everyone.
Okay, so you still do get your soap,
Yep.
but that's
Yep.
going to be 7 points of mental damage result.
Mm,
So we still get our 4 dice worth from being near Ramesh?
Yes.
yeah.
Or... Okay.
Nice.
Mm,
So it's only 4 this time. But I'm out of resolve.
Oh.
Ooh, did you go negative?
Yeah.
Ooh, so you took a trauma?
I'm down to -2. So you can't go below.
Yeah, you just take a trauma.
Yeah,
Mm.
every time.
So
A second
remember
one.
also,
I
if you
have-
took 5 damage from this, that's also a trauma.
oh. Okay, I took a trauma then.
That's my second trauma.
So, how's everyone with trauma? Where's everyone at with that?
I have 1 trauma.
You have 1,
Mm-hmm.
2.
2 for
I have none, but I've taken some resolve damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
none yet, but...
I'm like halfway down on my resolve.
Okay, so Criven and
Do I take the
Orca-
resolve damage and the trauma, or does it automatically just bump it up to a trauma?
No, yeah, you take both. It'll suck up your
Yeah,
resolve
then
too.
I'm at half resolve too. You guys get the bonus. I don't actually get that. I don't get to apply
Oh.
the ER to myself. It's only to my allies. So I took the full brunt of that guy.
So
Ouch.
all of
Thanks,
you are
buddy.
shaken to some extent. Ramesh, you're starting to sweat profusely as it blubbers closer towards you, and you just want nothing more than this nightmare's vision to end. But Calamir, it feels like your mind is trying to split asunder. Your head is starting to pound, and your adrenaline is just screaming at you, run. Next round. Oh no, that's not right. I'm sorry. Finish up this round as I cease the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Fareem hasn't attacked,
Correct.
Yes.
and I think that's it.
Oh no. It's
Where
not.
are you, Master Wah? You should have been here.
Hmm.
What's going on there?
Fareem attacking?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh yeah,
Frank.
I'm sorry, Frank. I don't know
She's
if
the-
you may not have seen the chat. We're giving you Fareem to attack with.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Okay.
She's
sharing your
a,
stats,
she's an archer.
but not your
Okay.
talents.
Not like the talents or anything.
Right.
What does she fight with?
Arrow.
A bow.
An arrow.
Oh, does he? Oh, sweet. Alright. Yeah, Fareem, watching all this go down, is on the sidelines. She's gonna take a shot. Sorry, I didn't see that in the chat. Brutal. No successes.
No, no.
And that arrow goes wide as she trembles at the sight of this monstrosity. I'll tell you what, Emily, you spent the Gortian point. What do you want Gort to be doing?
What's Gort armed with again?
Forge.
Gort.
I mean-
armed with-
I feel like, regardless of the answer to that Gort is gonna be like, I told Gort this thing killed Varesh, and Gort is gonna be running and swinging.
It looks like he has a broadsword. A broadsword and a barbed spear. Broadsword being his favorite weapon, I guess.
Round.
His favorite weapon? Okay. Well, maybe he'll throw the barbed spear first, and next round come in with the sword.
Okay, so you're looking for a target number of... ranged weapon target number is 7. He is untrained in range.
Okay. Nah. No luck on Gort.
So the spear also...
And then
goes wide.
Yeah, I guess he'll like let out this mighty roar of rage and anguish. Move closer to the thing, swinging his sword.
So as he runs up, since this is a new round now, I'm going to spend a Doom to seize initiative again. A fleshy tentacle hurtles toward Gort.
Oh, Gort.
You leave Gort out of this.
Sorry, just give me a sec here. a lot of doom. Okay.
Doom right there.
I just spent a doom
Okay.
to seize the initiative. I'm going to spend 9 more to add additional damage to this attack.
What?
Damn. That's not nice.
So the fleshy tentacle slams into Gort as he runs forward, and each of those effects is a knockdown. So it sends him flying, literally flying across the scene, and you hear a sickening crunch as he hits a building behind you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright, player characters.
Criven, seeing that this thing can be damaged by arrows and axes, I'm going to spend a fortune point to say that I have a second quiver on my back with my 3 poison-laced arrows in it. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, I'll go for
For
that.
a fortune point? Sweet. And Criven's going to pull out 2 of them, and he's going to fire 1. Spend a momentum on that. For 3 successes.
Okay, that'll be enough to hit. Let's see what it looks like damage-wise.
Ooh.
Reroll 2 of those zeros. And this is the poison damage coming in. What's up?
Is that
Huh?
Did you say something, Jim?
Yeah, I'm actually... I don't worry about the poison damage, is unfortunately what I was going to say.
Aw.
Aww.
The only thing in its description is immune to poison.
Aww.
That's what I made these arrows for. So that's
Sorry,
that first shot's 10 damage, 4 piercing. And I'll let that stand. And then before Criven's arrow, or his bowstring is even done vibrating, he's going to set up that second arrow and let it fly with a fortune point.
Nice.
He's
I'm
gonna-
going to spend 2 doom to increase the difficulty of this shot by 2.
What was that?
I'm going to spend 2 doom to increase the difficulty of this shot by 2. So you're going to need 3 successes to
Criven is also on this second one. He's going to take a nice deep breath, line up his shot for an extra dice, and then also spend a momentum. For 3 successes and a complication.
Oh.
Take a doom, please.
roll me some damage. We'll talk about that complication.
Reroll 2 zeros. And I'll spend 1 momentum for 1 more damage. So it's 10 4 piercing on the first shot, and then 10 2 piercing on the second. And I'm gonna roll my poison damage anyway.
Roll an acrobatics check, and I'm spending my last 3 doom
Oh,
to raise the
Ooh.
difficulty number on that.
I'm gonna spend this last momentum
Do it.
because I'm scared. Sorry, guys.
Do it.
For 3 successes. And I do have a talent that, nimble as a cat, I reduce the difficulty of any acrobatics test by 1 per rank, and I have 1 rank now.
You bastard, that's just enough.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll my poison damage on that second one just for funsies. Yay, poison. Man, that
You've
poison
been
was supposed to
working
mess
this
them up,
whole
man.
campaign to get those damn poison arrows.
Yeah.
So, your 2 arrows hit in rapid succession. And this blob of flesh starts exploding, pustules all over it, popping, sending a just shower of viscera all over the area. And that big fleshy knob that rose into the sky falls, smashing into the statue where Criven was shooting from only seconds before he leapt off of it, reducing it to a fine powder. And still, you're just revolted as this thing continues to... Matter of fact, I'm gonna I'll make a resistance check for being here seeing this.
Me as well.
Uh-huh.
Resistance or discipline?
I'm sorry, discipline. My apologies. Resistance
Oh,
is
sorry, I
discipline.
already rolled it.
I rolled the wrong thing.
Too late.
No, that's not what you
Favorite.
said.
Oh,
I have a
Reroll one
talent
of
that
those.
lets me reroll.
as do I.
Ugh.
Yay, 1 success.
0.
Nothing.
Alright,
1.
so who got 1?
Me.
Me.
Ramesh.
The rest of you are still subject to Ramesh's thing.
Yeah, go team.
Blah, blah, blah.
But
Good.
there are 8 more resolved.
Oh.
Whew. Damn.
That's ugly.
I took 4.
Ulrika just leans over and vomits on the ground. So shaken is she by what she's experiencing.
Anyone else take wounds?
Oh, definitely.
And I did take a trauma.
6. So, but I'm already at 0 resolve.
So that's gonna be 2 more trauma. 1 for
2.
being over 5 and 1 for just being a hit.
Well, I'm at 4. So,
Damn.
Calamir is like almost going to drop his axe and just run the fuck away.
You feel more than half mad. And you think about running now, but you catch sight of Fareem. You barely even recognize her right now. So animalistic has your brain become, but just something holds you there as this thing continues to writhe and explode. Ramesh,
You know what
as
keeps me there?
stand
Fucking
there
hatred.
calmly. Well, calmer at least. Not as affected as everyone else. You see part of it start to take shape and coalesce into something, and one of the tiny knobs of flesh gets indentations where eyes would go, and a mouth starts to stretch across it, and soon you're staring at a face that would be Ur Quat's.
Mm-hmm.
And it snakes closer to you and says, "This is not over, Thousand Hands. Someday, you will all die, and I will make sure that it's my hell you all get sent to." And then it just pops,
Ooh.
showering you with
Ugh.
goo.
Ugh.
Uh,
Ugh.
And soon you find yourselves
Disgusting.
Ulrich has a couple more dry heaves. Ugh.
Ugh.
and
find
soon
ourselves what?
You find yourselves in the practically empty town square of Shadizar, covered in gore, with this otherworldly abomination of the unspeakable variety. Perhaps not truly dead, as you're not sure you could truly kill whatever that was, but at least sent back to whatever hellspawn pit it crawled its way out of.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a feeling that Shadizar is once again the domain of thieves for now.
Is the staff in the viscera, or did that get absorbed completely?
Funny you should ask. You find an arrow that has a very particular set of fletching on it. One that Criven used to denote one of his poison arrows.
Uh-huh.
And the tip of it is buried into what is left of the staff, and it cracked it in two in that final strike.
Nice.
Sweet.
I dropped out for a second. I missed it.
Oh, so good. They found your poison arrow. Had your last one you shot had splintered the Staff of Wonder deep inside the fleshy glob.
Nice.
And as you're all standing there, you hear very weakly from a building behind you, Varesh.
Ulrika turns and walks over to Gort, kneels down, and says, Varesh is avenged, my friend.
Then,
Do I see Varesh's mask laying on the ground anywhere?
you totally do.
Sweet.
Kalimir and Fareem embrace and cry in each other's arms, having dropped their weapons.
What'd you want to do with
Criven
that?
grabs Varesh. I was going to go and hand it to Gort.
So he reaches up weakly and grasps it and cradles it to his chest in a show of vulnerability and just sweetness you would have never expected from this man. And he looks up at you, Ulrika, after what you said about that it's done. He says, then Gort can rest now. And as he cradles this mask to his chest, the life passes out of his eyes. And he stares sightlessly up into the dawning night in Shadizar.
Good night, you sweet prince.
You were too
Cute
good for this
Gort.
world, Gort.
Yeah. Nominate change your name to the Thousand Hands of Gort.
Gorts of Fortune.
The Thousand Hands of Gorchin.
Yep.
Well, it was a late one tonight, so thanks everybody for sticking around.
Throw the spear up in victory and tell everyone we did it, so that the
Power grab.
Right. I was actually going to take this.
So we have another
Criven.
night of assassinations where we kill off all the leaders of the other
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what,
thieves guilds.
because there's no need to carouse. How about in the Facebook group, everyone writes their kind of happily ever after story, you know?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you going to make
I like
a post that we all comment on?
Yeah, just like the carousing, just without the mechanics.
It'll be like the end of Animal House with the
Yes, just that.
Ulrika went on to be president of the United States, and
Was impeached 2 weeks later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Varesh went on to be the mayor.
When she stole and pawned off the Constitution.
Nicolas Cage has got nothing on you.
Yep.
Well, yeah, thanks.
Kalimir and Farim got married. Got 2 kids now.
thanks everyone for
We did it.
sticking through this. Thanks anyone who has
Yeah.
been watching. I would like to give a very special thank you to Aaron Delaney, who has really been helping us out for a long time.
You're a rock, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron.
If anyone follows us on Twitter and has been seeing the live tweets, which are frickin' magical. If you're not, you should be checking that out. That is all Aaron's doing. And so thank you so much, Aaron, for making all that happen.
Your GIF game is on point.
For real. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Frank, for making time in your lives every single week to make this happen. It's been
Thanks
a
for
really
running
fun
it,
season.
Crane.
Yeah, thanks for putting the story together, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
job.
right?
Good. Applause
This
for
is a great
James, everybody.
Thanks, y'all.
Good job, Crane.
James.
Y'all gave me so much to work
Good job,
with
buddy.
with that microscope session, so I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
So, if you liked what you saw, consider giving us a tip. PayPal.com/CrumblingKeep. Or if you want to just fund our future endeavors, we might just love you forever. Patreon.com/CrumblingKeep. As always, thank you to Roll20. Thank you for Modiphius for this awesome game. We're going to take a break from Modiphius for the moment, but we'll be coming back to more Modiphius games in the future. There are just so many good ones that we want to play through. Thank you to Sirenscape for the music provided for this. If you want to check out the books, there's links in the episode description. See us on our website at crumblingkeep.com. Has all kinds of great information on it. Past episodes, links to our podcast, like GM information, information on our homebrew world of Samsaris. And if you're not listening to our podcast, check that out too. Crumbling Keep Presents The Isles of Samsaris. It's on iTunes and your favorite podcast apps. I know that's a mouthful. Just search for Crumbling Keep and we'll appear. It's like magic. Anyone have anything else?
Woo!
You covered it, brother.
Yeah.
Just some woos.
It's the end of our first live stream campaign. I'm
season
really
1.
excited to see what we do next.
Yeah, it's great because
Yeah, we did it.
we didn't know what we were doing when we started.
And this
It
game was really
wonderful.
great.
Yeah, for real. If anyone has
Right?
not tried Conan, do it. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just so
I'm
adventurous.
gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love this game, man. It's one of the best tabletop games I've played.
For real. I'm gonna miss Doom. That's
If
what I'm
not-
I just love
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have this like awesome thing awesome idea for this round. Yeah, spend a fortune point and be able to do it as
Right.
opposed to like having to wait until next turn.
Yeah.
Or like even like,
it's-
well, I want to do this thing,
Love
but
it.
it's kind of like, there's not really mechanics that cover it. Like, oh, I want Gort to show up suddenly. You can't just control other people's actions. Oh, but in Conan, I mean, we might have been a little liberal with the use of fortune points, but maybe that's exactly how they're intended, and that's what I
Maybe
like
that's
to think.
how they use. Yeah.
You know, they
I
give
want to
you
use
a-
this cart as a skeleton battering ram.
Okay.
Spend some.
Yeah.
I
I didn't
I
forget
feel
my
like
arrows.
fortune points, like spoil us almost. Like I play in another game with Crane and it's
It's so
fifth ed
good.
D&D, and I tried to justify spending an inspiration point on like doing some fantastical fortune point based thing, and it was just like, God damn it! I wish it
It's
had
like,
Conan points. Like,
right? It's like
Yeah.
wrong game, buddy. I kind of want it to be a thing, but wrong game.
yeah.
Yeah, fortune points.
Oh, well.
It's just they're just such.
That
fun
could be a rad house rule.
Well, have a great night. We'll see you next week for what I believe is going to be some fiasco. So
Oh,
that'll be.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
We have to pick a place at.
Fun.
We have work to do. We better go. Have a great night, everybody. We will be seeing you in a week. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And Brad likes when I do that the other way around. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7
Oh, yeah.
p.m. Pacific. And if you're in the middle of the country, math.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We like you too.
You can figure it out.
I'm sure they're used to it.
I mean, Frank was able to do it. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thanks.
Good.